No Film School's NAB 2022 coverage is brought to you by Blackmagic Design and Creative Solutions, which consists of small HD, Teradek, and wooden camera, and Atomos.
So we're here with Forrest from Atlas Lens Company. Atlas is one of the most innovative companies in independent cinema. They decided to bring anamorphic lenses at a decent price to us, independent filmmakers. Nobody's done that. You're doing that, and you have a new lens. Can you tell us what you have on offer for us?
Yeah, sure. We're here at NAB showing the 21 millimeter. It's one of our newest lenses that we have. It's the widest currently available in production anamorphic lens right now. It fits within our Orion series family, so we've announced the 25 millimeter. Some of you may have heard about that already. But this is a 21 millimeter, so it offers like 15 more degrees field of view. Distortion's really pronounced. We kind of just like let it all go for this lens, you know.
I think like anamorphic gives you that kind of ineffable quality, the kind of spiritual, if I may use a strange word, quality in cinema of it transports you. What about your lenses is different from other anamorphic companies?
Ooh, different. You know, I think we just offer something that myself and my co-founder Dan, just a look that we really love. We're kind of hearkening back to the vintage stuff, the older lenses, but trying to bring it into a modern world where we want to make sure it's working, that it's set exactly the same, mechanics just work, so it just doesn't fail you. You know, something you can trust in. And so just trying to bring that spirit into the product, I think is like in every one that we give out, every lens that we send out. I feel like that's the difference. We just really try to make sure we put our heart into all those products.
That's wonderful. I demoed an Atlas lens 2 or 3 NABs ago, or 2 or 3 years ago, 1 or 2 NABs ago, because of the pandemic. But what I loved about it was just how smooth it felt, and in your hands, the pulling of focus. How much attention do you pay to that kind of thing?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, totally. Like the feel, we call it focus feel inside and at the headquarters. And so when we're checking them, we have to make sure like they're consistent. If we feel something weird, we know that that's going to be something we can't just throw out and say it's good to go. We have to make sure everything kind of meets that bar.
Why anamorphic?
I think there's a lot of spherical options out there, and there's a lot of cool glass that you can use. And so when Dan and I talked to each other, our love for anamorphic was just the first things we talked about. And it was like we wanted to make something for ourselves. And we realized if this is something that we would want, maybe other people want it too. So we really just kind of went out there and said, let's just make the best lens we can for ourselves. And anamorphic just seemed like the right choice. There's already a lot of cool options with spherical, and there's still cool stuff coming out. But we focused in on anamorphic because it was our passion. We love movies. The movies we love seem to be shot with anamorphic, and we wanted to bring that for ourselves.
A cool thing I remember learning in film school was that the film Chinatown was shot on one 44 millimeter anamorphic lens. And the idea that you could shoot an entire feature film, including one of the best movies ever made, on a single beautiful lens. If the lens is good enough, you can tell a great story. What kinds of things do you want people shooting on Atlas lenses?
What kind of content? Like what kind of things? I mean, I like the story. I feel like anamorphic helps bring some of that story. And in a way, I feel like it inspires you to create story within the lens. I feel like anyone who tries anamorphic inadvertently is making a story out of something, whether it's an object on the table or subjects out there in a feature film. I think it just helps like create inspiration to bring more story to the monitor, to the viewing platform.
Across your set of lenses, what is a quality that you're looking for a DP to take away when they're saying, oh, I'm choosing the 21, I'm choosing the 25, all the way up? Like, what are you like when you picture your user? Like, what do you think they're grabbing it out of the bag for?
Oh, I get a lot of questions about like, if I was to pick 2 lenses, what 2 lenses should I use? And I think it goes back to what you said about a film just being shot on one lens. I feel like you can do that, and maybe it's a bit more challenging, but definitely can shoot a movie on two lenses. So you kind of get like that closer to telephoto. But being anamorphic, remember, it's like it gives you almost twice the field of view horizontally, and that's like it's a mix in one. So you just kind of get closer to your subject or pull back further, and you get a different look. So I find a lot of people are just started getting recommendations on which 2 should I gravitate towards, and it varies depending on their needs. So sometimes it's the 32, and the 65, or sometimes the 40 and the 80. But they're all good options for that.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell every year I've been here, this is my 3rd year, how popular your booth is. It's because of the quality of what you guys are doing. It's because of your independent spirit. It's because of you kind of having a vision. What would you like people to think of when they think of Atlas, and what do you think is next in the film industry?
Something we've talked about a lot is like, we just want to make it like more personal. The work, the products, the results, and the reward. Like, we just want that to be a personal reward for everybody involved, for the person using the lens, going out there and just being proud of what they have, and like knowing it worked for them. So I think that's the takeaway.
So this is the new 21. Tell us about it.
Right. Well, so this is 21 millimeter. As I said, it's got a 124 degree field of view, and that's on like a 4x film size aperture, and it's a T2, just like the rest of the Orion series. It's got those blue flares also, so they match with any of the rest of the series. So I don't know what else I can say about
What's the front filter size?
Oh yeah, dude. Front's filter size is 136, so that's the same size as our 25 millimeter as well. Mm-hmm. Those two have 136. The rest of the lenses are 114.
Mm-hmm. I mean, 21 anamorphic, that's like the equivalent. Like in spherical, I'm trying to do the math in my head, but like field of view wise, it's like 9 or 12. It's like yeah.
It's wide. It's because of distortion. There's a couple more degrees there for you. So really, it's not even just like having this number. It's kind of like beyond what you'd expect.
But like in the middle of the lens, it still feels like a normal wide.
It's like as you get to the edges. I mean, it's really cool because you put your face right up to that front of the glass. You can see it. It feels like you're standing right next to that person, and it feels like they're closer than they should be. And then when they back up, you fit all these people in the room. It's just like a lens. You can't get that effect with something else. You just have to see it, and then you know.
What's the minimum focus?
Oh, this minimum focus on this lens here is at 1.5 feet.
Oh, nice.
1.5 feet.
I remember anamorphic lenses where it was like 5.5. It was like
yeah. 3 and 4 was like the limit. Yeah, this one focuses down to 1.5 feet. So, right there.
Awesome. Do you mind if I hold it for like 2 seconds?
Dude, hell yeah.
It?
Go for it.
I got the weight.
There you go.
Oh wow. How many iris blades are those?
I think there's 14 iris blades in these designs.
Yeah. So that gives you like a really smooth.
Yeah, smooth aperture as you close it down. All right.
Thank you, my man. This is a wonderful interview, and we love the products.
Thank you so much, man. It's good to meet you.
Yeah.